Good afternoon and welcome to an abbreviated version of the Midday News. I'm Amoy Harriet. Up first, the Magatit Asylum main road is blocked as residents in St. Elizabeth have taken to the streets in protest. They've been without water and light since the passage of Hurricane Beryl last month. The residents complain that this is unacceptable and are calling on the Jamaica Public Service Company and the National Water Commission to address the issues urgently.
I call JPS every single day. All they can do is log a report. We call our representation. They say there's nothing they can do. We are the only community right now, along with Vauxhall, right along the road without any light.
We are from a 68-year-old and Gilbert is bad on this and we get back light.
Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake says the police has seen improvements on the nation's roadways due to an increase in targeted operations on crash hotspots.
We launched a comprehensive strategy, and it included the ramping up of public education while simultaneously increasing enforcement. And what we saw from this was an increase in the number of patrols that we executed, the establishment of more checkpoints, and greater focus on high-risk behaviors such as speeding and drunk driving.
National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang says the police operation in the Grill last week speaks to improvements in the Jamaica Constabulary Force's investigative capacity. 5 gunmen deemed major players in the robbery of beryllium courier vehicles were killed as they challenged cops who foiled yet another robbery. The minister says the police must be commended.
Based on the quality of the work they had done in preparing for that event, we're able to detain another 6 who are involved and therefore start the process of disrupting a very organized and desperate gang in the country. And I am sure as they pursue the investigation and prosecution, they are likely to apprehend some more.
The National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, says it has hit a snag in the National Bulk Waste Collection Drive in St. Anna. Cleanup efforts began across the parish on Wednesday, but the activities have been challenged by community members who refuse to surrender derelict vehicles.
We would have tagged over 120 derelict vehicles in St. Anne alone. When we got in between yesterday and this morning, we could only find 30 of those vehicles. What we found happening, persons realize that the government is serious about removing the derelict vehicles to clear the streets, and persons have since moved to take their vehicles off the roads.
The NSWMA is appealing to the public to cooperate with the authorities as they seek to rid communities of solid waste. Meanwhile, residents in Landui St. Thomas are calling on authorities to fast-track the completion of the new Landui Bridge after a resident fell and broke his leg while walking across the structure. It's understood the community was without electricity, causing 53-year-old Teddy Scott to misstep. He's appealing for help.
Would like to move on from my foot. The foot I give me trouble. You said, like me do this, you know? It's in trouble, laugh, although it just swell. So I need something to balance the weight.
So you don't get like a walking stick. I notice you have to use a chair.
Yeah, I don't get no walking stick.
In business news, local cement manufacturer Caribbean Cement recorded a $2.35 billion profit by the end of its second quarter. This is higher than the $2.16 billion Jamaican dollars made after tax for the similar April to June period in 2023. The quarter's performance brought Caribbean Cement's 6 months earnings to $4.28 billion Jamaican dollars. As for revenue, the company saw a 3% improvement to $7.7 billion in its second quarter. News now in sports. Two-time Olympic 100-meter champion Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce clocked the joint second fastest qualifying to advance to the semi-finals of the event on day 2 of track and field action at the Olympic Games in Paris. Fraser-Pryce clocked 10.92 seconds for second in her heat behind Marie-Josée Toulouse-Smith of the Ivory Coast, who clocked a season's best and the fastest time of 10.87. Compatriots Tia Clayton 11 seconds flat and Shashali Forbes 11.19 seconds were also second in their respective heats as they also advanced to the semi-finals. But there was disappointment for Lamara Distin, who did not advance to the final of the women's high jump after failing to clear 1.92 meters in the qualifying round. A number of Jamaicans will be in action the afternoon session. Two-time world champ silver medalist Shanika Ricketts will contest the preliminaries of the women's triple jump, along with Kimberly Williams and Akeelia Smith. Samantha Hall will be Jamaica's lone contestant in the preliminaries of the women's discus. The women's 800 heats will feature Natoya Gould-Toppin and Adele Tracy, while the mixed 4x4 heats relays team line up in Heat 1, and Rajindra Campbell will close out Jamaica's participation in the shot put qualification starting at 1:10 p.m. Jamaica time. And that's the midday news. Join us at 7 for primetime news. I'm Amoy Harriet.